Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you have not been here before, thank you so much for coming. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys all about how to time manage as a graphic designer. So let's hop into the video.
I saw the light go down Baker Street.
Alright you guys, I wanted to make this video. I've gotten a couple questions on time management and how many clients to take on and pretty much all of the above when it comes to being a graphic designer, especially if you're your own boss and every single day is up to you. So scheduling and doing all that is so important, and I wanted to share with you guys things I've learned, how I schedule myself now. I'm not an expert with it, but what I've been doing seems to really be working, and also my clients seem to be loving it as well. So I wanted to share with you guys. I'm going to time block with you over on my computer and kind of walk you through what I'm doing. Mention exactly what time blocking is. I'm sure you've heard about it, but it is when you organize your day with hours. So I schedule everything. I schedule all the way up into my dinner, and I just make sure I always set aside some time for every single thing that I have planned during the day. I typically do my time blocking on my Google Calendar because my Google Calendar is connected with everything on my phone. I get alerts when something I need to do comes up, or if I have phone calls, they're all scheduled through my Google Calendar. So that just seems to work best for me. But I also purchased this really awesome planner. It looks like this. It just has different days. You can write the specific date. I love this one because I can basically skip a whole week of doing this. It's not gonna have the date already there for me, which is nice because, like I said, sometimes I thrive with Google Calendar and I don't really need to write it down. But sometimes I do both. It really just depends on what I want to do and what I'm going to respond to the most during that week. But I always have my Google Calendar pretty much filled out. I also have a whiteboard calendar. So I have a lot of different scheduling systems going on, but the most consistent one I use is my Google Calendar. So with that said, let's hop on over to my computer. I will talk you guys through what I'm doing, and I'll also show you what it is that I send my clients before I even start. So basically with my process of onboarding a client, I send them a document with the timeline, and I just want to send that to them in the beginning so they're not confused or wondering what I'm working on what week, because there might be some weeks where we're not really collaborating or talking and I'm just fully in design mode working for them, and I want them to have something to reference to know what it is I'm doing for them at that time. So I'll show you guys that document as well that I send my clients. And I also use DUBSADO. So DUBSADO helps me organize everything. It helps me send out my payment schedules. It also helps me with scheduling. So I will have a link down below for DUBSADO. You can actually link your Google Calendar with DUBSADO, so that's really awesome. But enough said, let's hop on over to my computer and let's schedule out next week. I do have a new client in the queue, so I'm going to schedule out with you guys that client's project and show you exactly how I do that. All right, you guys, I'm going to start recording my screen. But yeah, basically I'm just going to show you exactly what it is I do when I am scheduling, and also how many clients I take on. So we're going to talk about that at the end, but let's first schedule. I'll show you guys how I do that. So I'm going to go over here and open up my Google Calendar. Okay, so here's an overview of my month of August. I've kind of been slacking on my scheduling for August. As you can see, the next couple weeks are pretty empty, and those need to be filled with all the things I need to get done. But I'm just going to show you an example day for tomorrow. So let's head on over to the week view. Also, I did this a long time ago under my calendars. You can actually create new calendars. So this is my full-time job, this is my side business, and this is my graphic design business. And I have YouTube. So I have different calendars for each different event and job that I have. I'll show you guys how to make those calendars. So you basically go to yeah, so you go back over here to your calendar. You can add a calendar by hitting that plus sign, create new calendar, and then you're gonna wanna put, let's just say gym, because I don't think I have that set up yet. Create calendar, and let's see if that goes here. So it's right in here, and then you can actually color code them, which I think is super helpful because I actually, since I am a visual person, I associate everything in my life with colors. So like my full-time job, our logo has red in it. I picture it with red. And then this business has orange in its logo. So I always do that. It just kind of helps me. And then I have my beige for my neutral graphic design business. But for gym right here, I'm going to scroll down here and, all right, so I have my gym one set up, but I didn't change the color yet because you actually have to come back to the main calendar page, and you'll see it here on the right or on the left side. You're gonna wanna hit these 3 dots, and then you can actually change the color to whatever it is you want. You can even do a custom color. If you wanna like make your calendar look really pretty with your color palette, you can do that. I think that's pretty cool. I'm gonna do pink because I don't have pink for anything yet. And yeah, I have my YouTube in here. You can also like hide any specific holidays. And then I used to have another email where people were sending me things there. So I just connected that calendar here, but you can add as many calendars as you want, I believe. So let's schedule out tomorrow. I wanna show you guys how I time block my day. I kind of did it here, but I have been slacking, I'm not gonna lie. I just have been kind of taking it day by day. But we're gonna schedule ourselves because that is what prepared people do, and I need to be prepared. So for tomorrow, I'm gonna wake up and go to the gym, so I'm gonna add that, and then you can go down here and select which calendar you want that to show under. So I'm gonna save that there, and then after gym, I'm not gonna put my breakfast because sometimes I'm not super hungry and I wait until lunch. I do like a little bit of intermittent fasting, so I don't put breakfast. But what I am gonna put is I need to work on, and this is kind of when it's important to take notes during the day so you don't forget what it is you need to finish this week. But I do always try and put my full-time job tasks at the very top. So I think for SLC, I need to create social posts. So I'm gonna add that there, and then I select it down here, and then you can even just drag however long you want that to last. So I'm gonna do it till 9:30, and then tomorrow, this is so random, but I'm going to get my 3rd hole pierced for earrings. I used to have it, it closed up, and I miss it, so I'm going to get that. And then I'm also going to get a lot of my piercings changed out because they're old, and I just wanna feel fresh. So we're going to do that at 10. I feel like that's gonna take way longer than just 20 minutes. So I'm going to change that. For some reason, my time zone's all off. I'm gonna post that tomorrow. So I'm actually gonna move that up to the top because I like to post my videos in the morning. That's when it's the most effective. So let's move this up there. And, all right, perfect. I have a feeling this might take longer, so I'm leaving some space for that. Okay, so also I need to be realistic with myself. I probably won't get to the gym until 7:30. Okay, we're good there. Now for the rest of the day, I need to work on Draw Chameleon logo. That's one of the projects I have going on. So I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna use her as an example for how I organize my clients. I onboard a client, the first thing I do is we have our process of the questionnaire, we get on a phone call, we talk about it, and then from there I send them my proposal, my contract, all of that. Then once they pay the deposit, after that is when I send them the schedule. So let me show you guys what that kind of looks like. We're doing branding and website. So I feel like I wanna work on making this page look beautiful and branded, but it's just really efficient, and it just helps me a lot. It's something I kind of just added in recently, and it's what a corporate company I worked for did, and it just really does help. So for the branding, I split it up into like weeks at a time. We're back in action. My camera died, so I had quite a long intermission of going to Starbucks, eating some lunch, and now we're back. So I'm gonna show you guys where I left off. That's basically scheduling out my client on my Google Calendar, and I'm also showing you a little look into the document I send them when they send over the deposit before we begin. Okay, so let me record this again. I'm gonna go to my month view, and basically what I'm gonna do is I'm going to click on this week here. I'm gonna reference over here on my timeline I sent her, and right now I should be working on the collateral. No, I should be working on the logo. So what's the date today? The 12th. Okay, so right here, I'm still working on the logo. So like this says, it's subject to change. She hasn't sent me over her second payment that's due, so I am pushing this down a little just because I don't continue until I get that payment. It's just how I work, and she is aware of that. So she's gonna pay me, but she is a little late on that payment. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put here Chameleon logo design, and I always categorize it under here. And then I actually just put it for the entire week like that. But since we are a little delayed, I'm going to drag it into next Wednesday. So we'll probably finish it around here, and then I'm going to put logo feedback for the next part, which will be the 19th to the 23rd. I'll put. Add a website going on, and also a branding project going on. So it was a really crazy month, as you can see. That was pretty nuts, and it went from April to May. I had only one thing going on in March, and then here also I had multiple things. I usually look at these long bars. Those are like my big giant projects. The little tasks in between aren't super crazy, but yeah, May was definitely a crazy month for me. It's been a little slower lately. I think that's because I haven't been pushing that I'm booking right now, because I am focusing a lot on my YouTube, and I'm just trying to figure out which direction I'm going with next in my business. And I am going to be working on a course, which I'm super excited about. So I'm not freaking out over the fact that I don't have a lot of clients right now, because I have new client calls coming in, and I'm just being patient with that. But yeah, this is how I schedule my clients. I hope this was helpful. Now I'm gonna stop recording, and I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about how many clients you should take on at a time. How many clients you should be accepting at a time. I know that once things get really busy for you, it can be really overwhelming. And in the beginning, I said yes to everything. So I remember there was a month where I think I had 10 clients at a time. It was like maybe 12. It was pretty nuts. Some of them were smaller little collateral pieces. Some of them were websites. Some of them were like pressing timeline projects. And it was the most stressful time I've had in my business, but it taught me a lot about how much I can really handle. So for me right now, I do have a full-time job that I work remotely for, but I am a very quick worker. So I tend to finish my work by 1, sometimes 3 o'clock. So I usually use the rest of the day to get my client work done. But I have been working for this company full-time for almost 4 years. So I feel like they trust that no matter what I'm getting done, it doesn't really matter at what time I do get it done. So I really try and listen to when I'm the most creative, and sometimes that's first thing in the morning. So I try and just get it done whenever I feel that drive and that flow coming through me. But for me, with website design clients, I typically only like to take on 1 to 2 website clients at a time. 1 preferably, because websites are very, very time consuming, and they require a lot of attention, and also like the building process, the design process. There's so many different steps with a website project. So I really try and only take on like 1 at a time. but I have had 2 at a time, and it is doable. It's a little bit more of a crazy month for me if that's the case. For branding clients, these are my favorite projects to work on. So I don't mind taking on up to 2 to 3 at a time. However, if I have a website and a branding at the same time, I preferably only want to take on 2. So it really all depends on the month you're in. There might be a month where you can take on a lot more. There might be a month where you have to kind of tell the client I can't start until until the next month. I know that in the beginning saying yes is pretty important just to gain the experience, to learn who you want to work with. But as time goes on and as you get busier, you really do have to learn how to say no more. So yeah, those are my tips for managing your time as a graphic designer. I hope that this video was helpful to you. Let me know if you have any more questions about managing your time as a graphic designer. And if you are balancing a full-time job, you are not alone. I think a lot of us have our side businesses and we're trying to balance multiple things at a time. But as long as you organize yourself, you schedule out your days, and you prioritize what is important, it's really doable. And it can be hard, I get it, but there are times you have to sacrifice weekends or sacrifice evenings and sacrifice the things you really want to do just to be able to get things done. And if you really love graphic design, I think it's so worth it doing that. And it has really paid off for me. So I always recommend just being aware of the fact that you might have to sacrifice some things, but it'll get you really, really far. And yeah, anyway, I hope this was helpful. Let me know down below what you thought about it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I would appreciate it so much if you subscribed to my channel. I'll be doing a lot more videos coming up soon, and I cannot wait to see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.